Hello Starcraft fans, I am the Chiquino. Today I'm going to cast a game here on Metalopolis between this guy right here, the Zerg player, with this interesting name there in Korean. He is TSLcurious of clan TSL, the SCV Live. And on the top part of the map, we've got Huck, of course, LiquidHuK, who recently just made it into Code S for GSL. So there we go. Huck is asking him if he is curious, and the curious responds, okay. That's pretty hilarious. Some of these responses. The communication gap here is kind of funny. And I think Huck there is describing his ceremony he had whenever he beat. Who did he beat there in GSL? But he did his with the hand, the talking thing there. But anyways, that's kind of inside baseball for you GSL watchers, which I just finished watching. I just finished watching GSL like 2 hours ago. It's 7 a.m. right now. And I figured, you know what? I just finished watching GSL. It's like 6 a.m. I think we're just going to stay up and cast some games. And sure enough, I see some new replays up, and we got some games from Huck and some other stuff. But I haven't seen TSLcurious Curious play any games yet. But he's in TSL, so he has to be fairly good. He's getting matched up against Huck, so he's, you know, obviously fairly high rated on the Korean server. This is played on the Korean server. And let's check out what players both the guys are going for. We got Huck here with his pretty much standard probe harass he's been known for since the beta. He kind of started that back there at the beginning, but Huck up here with the pylon up front, simulator, everything looking pretty standard. And Curious getting some gas. And has he actually scattered his opponent? So Curious actually not living up to his name, not really interested in where his opponent is at yet. He's just kind of slow scouting with this Overlord. And I feel, yeah, now he's actually going to go out and scout. Definitely important to find out whether or not you're going to get these close spawns against a Protoss player. Definitely important to know. And Huck's just down here blocking that off with that probe. But the Cybernex core is up and going. Ooh, and we got a second simulator here. So we probably are going to go see some expand. This, if you watch Huck's stream quite a bit, you may actually seen this replay before. But I don't watch his stream that often. I watch it every once in a while whenever it's on. He usually streams pretty late. I was actually watching it a little bit tonight before GSL came on, just to pass the time. And he's probably going to go with the Sentry Expand. I really don't see Huck go for very many Phoenix plays, which is, I think, something that he could definitely, you know, expand his palette of strategies and kind of use a little bit more Phoenix play. But our Zerg player here, Curious, is going to come up here and do a little poking around. He's not going to be able to do very much. He's going to see what's being chrono boosted. He sees the Cybernex core is being chrono boosted, but a Sentry is coming out. Okay, now we're going to see how many gateways Huck is going to make. He's only going to make 2, so he's going to have 3 gateway expand coming out here, and he's chrono boosting out that Cybernex core, which may send a couple mixed signals to his opponent. Usually, whenever I do this build, I like to chrono boost out my probes, just so whenever I have that expansion up, I've got quite a few probes out there. But maybe Huck is trying to play some type of meta game here with his opponent, chrono boosting out that Cybernex core to make his opponent think he's going to go for a some type of 4 gateway attack. And you can see Curious here definitely living up to his name now. He just has Zerglings all over the map. Look at this. It's like ant farm on this mini map. He's all over the place looking for proxies or anything. He's just clearing out all the fog over on this map. Doing a pretty good job, actually missing this little spot there, but nothing too serious. And he's coming up here doing some more scouting. He's going to see this expansion. He's going to see 2 sentries. And he's going to know, okay, Huck is expanding. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if Curious goes for a 3rd base right now. We have a Roach Warren going up. But it wouldn't surprise me in the least if Curious goes for an expansion. We do have an expansion from Huck, so at this point, the Zerg player would be suited to go for an expansion because there's not going to be any pressure coming on him anytime soon, and it would be pretty safe just to throw up an expansion right now. So he may go for that, or he may just play a little bit safer. Protoss players can have some pretty crazy timings where they just push out with some odd timing with 4 gates, even though their expansion is up, and just try to get some weird timing on the Zerg player, try to catch him in the process of droning up. And Huck is getting hallucination, which is something I definitely love to do whenever you are going for a lot of sentries with the Sentry Expand. So he's got hallucination almost finished. He's probably going to pop out a Phoenix and do some scouting. 4 Zerglings are chasing these sentries down. Is he going to get anything? Nope. Looks like they're going to get other. trading blows back and forth, but nobody dying yet. And we got a Phoenix out. We're going to see what, he actually made 2 Phoenixes there. Yep, 2 Phoenixes are out. And we're going to see what Huck is actually going to get an eye full of. Going to see there's no third base over, at least in this position. And both players are just kind of macroing up at this point. 2 more gas going up. 2 more simulators here at Huck's expansion. And the Zerglings maybe snipe a probe. There we go. First probe kill of the game. And getting out of there without losing a single life. Those Zerglings are pretty commando style. That is for sure. Another gas up going here for the Zerg player. Looks like that's he's just now starting his 2nd and 3rd gas. Pumping a lot of drones out here. So we have 43 to 36, 44-36 right now. So that Zerg player doing a really good job of droning up this whole time. Hasn't managed to make too many Zerglings. And looks like he's going to go in here. This hero, oh, almost dies. 1 life left getting out of there. But this Zergling actually was that one that got that 1 kill from those probes in the back. But we have a robotics facility going up now. And Huck is pushing out here. Maybe just going to scout around trying to kill that Zergling. Peeking, not seeing too much. A couple more Zerglings coming out. Just keeping enough Zerglings so he can keep an eye on his opponent, Huck, just to make sure he's not going to go for any type of attack. So a lot of upgrades coming. We have the speed upgrade for the Overlords, Roach Burrow, or actually Burrow in general, and the Glial Reconstitution, which is the Roach speed upgrade. So those Roaches will have 3 speed. And he's going to scout that out. He's going to see those Roaches. He's going to see those Overlords. And do we have the 3rd base up yet? Here we go. 3rd base is now finally going up for TSLcurious. Kind of surprised he didn't take that sooner. But of course, playing safe, definitely not a bad thing to do. Whenever you do decide to go for a little bit of an extra economy, you are playing a little risky. And, ooh, I like this. Look at this. Hiding the Spire way down here in the corner. It looks like we're going to have a tech switch from Curious going for this. And he really wants to know whether this 3rd base is going to go up or not. And he's going to come in here. He's going to snipe another probe. Maybe. Yes, sir. He just sniped 1 more probe. And he's going to sneak out of there. And only lost 2. Count them 2 Zerglings. So 50 minerals for 50 minerals. That's a good trade considering Zerglings don't mine minerals. They just kill stuff that does. And he's going to actually maybe snipe 2 Stalkers here. If he can get a surround, those Stalkers are really fast. He's going to go in. Oh, yes, he does go in. Curious snipes a Stalker there. So, man, he's just making these few Zerglings just be about as efficient as possible. Doing a really good job of scouting, picking off a couple units here and there, getting a couple probe kills. So he's just doing a very good job with this. And Huck constantly using these hallucinated Phoenixes just to scout the map and keep an eye on how many bases his opponent is up to. And he may actually catch this Spire here. Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to keep an eye on his vision. He really needs to check out that Spire because that's going to be definitely critical if he does not know about that Spire. Now we've got Zerg Melee Attack Upgrade 1. Kind of interesting. He's got Zergling Speed. So I've seen this be a lot more popular lately. Just Zerg players stick to Zergling Roach for just a longer period of time than people used to previously. But let's see if Huck actually scouted out that. No, he has not scouted out that Spire yet. That's a pretty good spot to hide it. Never thought of putting it there. But we got Curious. He took out that statue. Not a fan of that statue. Not a fan of art. Huck getting a forge up and going, starting some upgrades and chrono boosting them nonetheless. Good idea to always chrono boost up your upgrades. Something you can constantly upgrade or constantly chrono boost without having to make extra pylons or mess up your probe count, different things like that. So we now have this Overlord doing a little bit of scouting. He's going to get popped here like a balloon. There he goes, exploding all over the place. Every time I see one of those, I just imagine that video of the water balloon getting popped like with a pin in slow motion. It's just like, oh, just like the balloon around just like wraps around really quick and the water just slowly falls. That's just what it reminds me of. So we got some mutas out coming out of nowhere. Huck is going to be extremely surprised, but he's got Stalkers out, so that's not going to be too much of a problem here. And we've got some Mortals, Guardian Shield, Hallucinated Phoenix, and it looks like he actually is not going to do anything with those mutas. So those surprise mutas actually not going to do much. He's attacking here from the left. Zergling's going to get in. He's going to take out that Photon Cannon. Oh no, but getting blocked in from the back. He's going to pick off a couple of these Roaches. Mutas over here. Now flanking back into the base. Once all the Stalkers leave, he's going to get a couple probe kills. Did a pretty good job. He needs to get away from there. He does not want to fight those Stalkers. He wants to kill probes and get out of dodge. At the same time, we got Zerglings and Roaches over here. Looks like mostly Roaches left. Good force fields, keeping them trapped in the base. He does have Burrow, and there's no cannons. So he could have just burrowed right there. A little bit of a misplay there from Curious, but he's kind of busy. 4th base up going at the same time. A lot of production going on. Ground attack 1 upgrade for Huck is just about finished. So that was a pretty intensive attack there from Curious. Got a couple kills. Wow, that one had 3 kills on there. Let's check the good old Harvester count. 66 versus 58. So actually 62 now. Did he just lose some probes and I was not paying attention there? I don't think he lost any probes. Maybe he, oh, here we go. He made some spine crawlers. I was like, did Huck have like a super invisible DT that even observers can't see? Killing drones? No. He just turned those drones into spine crawlers and spore crawlers to defend up that third base. So it looks like we're going to have another 2-prong attack here. Mute is coming in from the top, and we have got the Zerglings and Roaches coming in from the left. Huck does have an observer up right here and right there, so he's got some pretty good map coverage with those observers. Spreading out his units, got a lot of sentries, stalkers, and there's nothing up here but 3 photon cannons. He's going to focus fire, kill that. Yep, losing 1 Mute. He's probably going to lose a couple more. He's just backing up now and picking off some dudes over here at the corner, and now at the same time coming in with some Roaches and Zerglings, splitting up his army. Huck got his army separated pretty bad right here, throwing up tons of force fields and hallucinating a Colossus, and Stalker's kind of trapped in between here. He really needs Blink at this point to be able to move those Stalkers around a little bit quicker. And looks like those Roaches, he did kill quite a few sentries there. I think Huck probably had like almost double those number of sentries, and not so much anymore. So Stalkers are out, no Blink yet. These Mules getting quite a few kills, killing a pylon over there. He's going to get a couple more. Huck definitely trying to get those assimilators back in production. He needs to get a lot of gas with those Stalkers, Colossus, Sentries, Immortals. Very gas-heavy build. And man, Curious with just a really big army going on. And he's got the upgrade coming. Here it comes, the upgrade for Overlords. There it is. He's got the Overlord speed, so he's going to be doing some drops, some Roach, Zergling drops. And he even has a Roach movement speed, burrow, and all that good stuff going again. So he's got Banelings too. Oh man, Curious is going to do a huge drop here coming up very soon in Huck's base. And Huck has been playing defense this whole game. He hasn't sent out a single attack yet. Does he have Blink yet? Blink is just not being started. I think it's a little late starting that Blink. He really needs to keep those Stalkers as mobile as possible to catch those Mutas off guard. Just Blink underneath them and just deal so much damage to those Mutas. But he's got good Overlord spread. We can keep an eye on his vision. And you can see he's got both the Zunlaga towers. He's got a dude way up here at the top, an Overlord, some over here on the left, so we can keep an eye on this 4th base and this 5th base here. So doing a really good job of that. Knows he's ahead with that. And Overlord's loading up with some Banelings. We're going to have a Baneling bomb galore coming up. He's going to carpet bomb Huck's face with Banelings. And he's got Roaches, Zerglings. Let's check the upgrades. No upgrades for the Roaches yet, but he's got 1/1 coming for those Roaches. Banelings, he's got 2 attack upgrades for those Banelings. Those things also have the roly-poly upgrade. Those things are rolling like crazy. They're doing somersaults. And we have an attack. Hux is pushing out for an attack. Is he aware of that 4th base? He's not even aware of that 4th base on the right, but it looks like he's maybe going to go peek over there anyway. So pushing out. Nope, not pushing out. Attack over here on the left. Handful of Mutas Steel dealing some damage, but these Stalkers 1/1 now. Just trying to pick them off, and this trade isn't going really well for the Mutas. Those Mutas are really expensive, and you really shouldn't be trading against these Stalkers. We have a drop. No. Okay, he does actually see this now, so Huck is aware of that 4th base. Huck falling back, and is going to manage to try and secure this 4th base. And this may actually cause the attack to start here for our Zerg player. He sees, okay, Huck is going to sit over here, maybe put a lot of money, invest money in defending this base. You can see he throws up 3 cannons, a Nexus, and a Simulator, so he just invested a lot of money in that. And that may signal our Zerg player to go for an attack. He is at 200-200, and he's mainoring a lot of drones over. He's even got some Infestors, no Neural Parasite yet, Graviton Boosters on the way for Observers, making another Observer. So Huck doing a really good job of keeping his observer numbers up this game. We can check the vision here. He's got one over here covering this walkway. And I thought he had one over here on the right, but I think it probably got too close to that spore crawler and did get picked off. So there has to be an attack coming here very soon. Even some Corruptors out. This is a huge army for the Zerg player. And Huck also has a huge army himself. 2 attack upgrades, 1 arm upgrade. And that Colossus does have the range upgrade. So this is going to be a big attack no matter where it comes. And let's see how this is going to go down. Some more upgrades being researched. He even has Greater Spire on the way. Templar Archives on the way. And here we have a big fight coming up. Oh, he just got popped. And we're going to have a big attack. Oh no, he needs to run. He needs to run. Those Banelings are going to come. And oh wow, he's going to drop some Baneling bombs on Hallucinations. Wow, good use of Hallucinations right there. That was awesome. Wasting all those Banelings and blinking up and pick off those Stalkers. Or pick off those Mutas. Looks like he wants to get in there and drop some more Banelings. He's going to Baneling bomb those Claw. Oh, wow! Baneling's not doing as much damage as they really should be. And wow, Huck just played that so well. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I thought that Zerg player was going to do so much damage. HuK doing a really good job there with the force fields, funneling those units in there, using hallucinations to soak up the damage from those banelings. He's even going to lose some roaches, and this counter push may actually crush the Zerg player unless he can get out some Broodlords or something at this point. Broodlords are going to be able to start here pretty soon. He's got 4 or 5 Corruptors out, and these Infestors are all out of energy, so they won't be able to do too much. And the Zerg player now with a pretty big concave may actually go on the attack now, but food count isn't very much, 135 versus 108, so HuK definitely in the lead. Doing some Baneling bombs there, but it's actually doing a lot of damage there in the middle. Took a big chunk out of the Stalkers, and Corruptors come up there trying to pick off this Colossus. But there's so many Stalkers at this point, 2 attack upgrades. He's got Storm researching, he's got another Colossus on the way, 30 Zerglings are out. So most of the Zerglings and Corruptors out, and HuK blinking down here, sniping off some more units. Zerglings may get us around there. You just use Blinks, it's going to be a little bit. He's going to have to take some damage from these Zerglings. There are 2 attack upgrades, 1 upgrades. There's Blinks, finish, he's on the way back. 2 Observers just, well, look how fast those things are with that speed upgrade. Those things are on fire. And looks like HuK is going to have to fall back after that attack. And more upgrades coming here from the Zerg player. 2-2 is going to come out for the Zerglings. And we have 14 Banelings being made, so we're going to have a lot of Broodlords coming here pretty soon. HuK starting up the Dark Shrine. It's going to be a smart move, allow him to do a little bit of harassing and control the map. A lot of Broodlords. Look at all that, 10 Broodlords starting at once. Now, the Zerg player, Curious, is going to have to keep his ground army under control. He's going to have to keep those Stalkers at bay so he can allow for these Broodlords to deal some serious damage. So some probe transfers coming over here, coming over to HuK's left base. And it looks like he's rallying over here to this point. Kind of interesting about that. But HuK just doing some pretty good scouting with this Observer. Check an eye on that. I think he just saw that. Yeah, he just saw that base. He's coming back over here to double check that. He's like, okay, there's creep there. Probably a base. No, that's actually just on patrol.
Research complete.
But we got some Overlords coming over here to the left. They're just doing some scouting, and we have this big push coming for some Zerglings, Banelings, and HuK sees this. He's going to be on a really good defensive position. And these Broodlords, he has to keep these Broodlords alive. Look at all these upgrades and all this production here from HuK coming out. And we have Ultraless Cavern and 11 Roaches. He's probably going to attack once those 11 Roaches show up. They're probably rallied up here to the top. And we're going to have a big fight coming up very soon. Let's see who's going to attack first. Broodlords are out there. He's in a pretty good position. He doesn't want to get blinked under. There's so many Broodlings. Look at all those Broodlings. That is crazy. HuK trying to get in position to blink underneath those. There he is, blinking underneath them. And wow, there's so many Broodlings down there. And it looks like the Zerg player may actually kill those. Oh wow, he's another blink. Really good blink. He's getting underneath all those Broodlords. And all those Broodlords just died. Wow, that was the key part of his army. He really needed to have that live for this fight to go in his favor. And it sort of just didn't. Those Blink Stalkers are just so hard to control. It makes me think at this point, if he would have had 1 or 2 of those Infestors alive this late in the game, he could have just maybe fungled the Stalkers, after like their first blink, or after they a couple seconds after their first blink. But we have a bit. Oh, Roach Drop coming up here. Some DTs just chilling out, talking about I don't know what's on TV. And some High Templar is going to do some storm. That Cardarian Amulet is done, so you can warp in some storms on the fly. And he's just warping in some storms right there on top of all those Roaches. He's morphing in an Archon, merging in an Archon. Roach is going to do a lot of damage, taking out some cannons. And other than that, not too much. Really hasn't got much. Got much damage done. But these Roaches aren't going to last too long because he's going to have detection up here somewhere. And there's they unburrowed, and they're going to do some damage with this Immortal, just wrecking face. And the Zerg player, I don't know if he's got anything left on in this game. You can check the food count. He actually is still in the lead. Actually, no, not anymore. It's changing pretty quickly. And these Roaches are going to die as soon as that Observer shows up. He's got to be around here somewhere. HuK has 2 or 3 Observers, I think, still. Let's check. He's nope. He actually has no Observers. He's just been losing in this game. But he's been rebuilding them quite a bit. What do we have coming out here? Here's an Observer. He's rallied. He's ready for it. And those Roaches are like, no. And both Observers came out at the same time. Got to see. And this Roach, that Roach is trying to get away, but HuK is going to have none of that. He just blinks on top of it with like 50 Stalkers. He's like, okay, here we got another Baneling bomb coming over here to the left. And oh man, there's a lot of probes over here. These Banelings can deal a lot of damage. We're going to follow this here. I want to see what's going to happen. Some drones, long distance finding over here to the left. I'm going to keep an eye on this. These Banelings are going to do a lot of damage, but he needs to get those photon cannons finish. Is HuK going to see this pull his probes? Maybe he's got some High Templars, so storming his own units. This isn't going to be good. There goes the Banelings. Oh, 2 of them take out that High Templars. That 1 High Templar is worth it. He's going to come up here. He's going to snipe it. Nope. Actually, pretty good control of that one. He didn't lose anything to those 4. And those Overlords are both going to die. So that trade actually went in the favor of HuK, I think, in that point. Yep, he's going to lose its second Overlord and 8 Banelings, and he only managed to kill, I think, one or two probes, and of course that High Templar. So definitely going in favor of HuK right there. Really good control with those Stalkers and those probes. So here we do have some Infestors, but that upgrade isn't finished for fungal growth, that extra energy to come. So those Infestors, we're going to have it pretty soon. Loading up some more Banelings, Zerglings, Roaches, all that good stuff. And we're going to have some Broodlords here. And we have a lot of Stalkers. Oh, wow, look at these upgrades for HuK. Doing a really good job. 2 upgrades. He's working on 3 coming, but he's going to push this base. He really wants to control this fourth base for HuK. And Broodlords dropped some units, causing some immortal hallucinations. Zealots up in the front, and he's blinking up there trying to focus start. Good Storm, he needs a fungal growth. Yeah, he does get some fungal growth done there, but I don't know, there's just Storm is just wrecking everything right there. Banelings didn't do too much damage, and those Immortals are just crushing those Roaches, and there's so many Stalkers still left. They can just blink underneath those Broodlords and just kill them so quickly. Broodlords only have 225 life, and they are armored, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are armored, so they take extra damage from those Stalkers. And a 5th base going up for Curious here in the middle of the map. And HuK just doing a really good job of playing defensive this game. These Immortals are sick. Look at those upgrades. That is crazy. So let's check the resource tab at this point. 175 versus 126. HuK is so far in the lead at this point. And just army-wise, let's check the army tab out. Oh my gosh, that was my dryer actually. Clothes are done, but look at this army value. It's just not even close. HuK is just going to come over here and put Curious out of his misery. He's perfectly dead at this point, and HuK's just going to clean him up. Baneling's coming in from the right. Oh, they're going to do some damage in the middle of those Stalkers. Oh, and he blinks out of it. Oh, doesn't matter. They're going to get killed off anyway. So taking a big chunk out of the Stalkers, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, man, those Immortals. That's something you do not want to see is if Roach Army is 5 or 6 Immortals showing up with 3 2/2 upgrades. That is just not friendly. That's not Roach friendly. And some Storms going down, and HuK is pretty much mopping up to this point. DTs, I don't think those DTs have done too much this game. They've kind of just been hanging out. I don't think he got many kills with that, but good game there from TSLcurious. And that was a good game from HuK, playing defensive that whole game for the most part. And just kind of holding off everything that Curious threw at him, doing a really good job of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'm going to cast some more games coming up, so check my YouTube page for that, youtube.com/EonShikino. I usually post a video a day, sometimes 2 or 3 videos a day if it's like a best of 3 or something. I also cast my live ladders, so you can watch me play live, and I have some tutorials coming up. You can check my playlist for all that stuff. I've got them organized and everything for you to check out. So, see you later.